It's a day after Vijayadashami Tika as the fervor of Dasai celebrations continue. People continue to receive Tika and Jamra today as well, while there is an age-old tradition of receiving Tika, Jamra and blessings of the elders till Kojagat Purnima, or the full moon day this Saturday, when this year's Dasai festival will formally come to a conclusion. Good morning, Abheudaya Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. The festive mood continues as people receive Tika and Jamra a day after Vijayadashami with much fanfare. Tika to be received until Kojagat Purnima coming Saturday. For implementation of budget witnessed in the first quarter of the ongoing fiscal year, no task mechanism in place to utilize the budget. China officially sacks its defense minister Li Shangfu 2 months after he disappeared from public life. No explanation given for his removal nor any replacement announced. And South Africa hammer Bangladesh at the ICC World Cup 2023 by 151 runs. UAE taking on Hong Kong in the last league match of the T20 Tri-Series today. On the second day of Tika of Dasai, younger members of families are continuing to receive Tika, Jamra and blessings from elders today. Dasai celebrations reached its climax yesterday on the 10th day of the ongoing festival. Those who were not able to receive Tika, Jamra and blessings from elders on the main day yesterday are receiving them today. The Nepal Calendar Determination Committee has said that Tika can be received until the full moon day of Kojagat Purnima this Saturday. Dasai has also been celebrated amid much fervor by Nepali community away from home. Nepali community and those of Nepali origin have also celebrated the Dasai festival in Australia, the United States of America, India, Bhutan, China and Myanmar, among other countries. They have received Tika and Jamra from their elders along with blessings. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has extended his greetings on the occasion of Dasai festival to all Nepali nationals and those of Nepali origin. Meanwhile, Bhutanese nationals of Dagana, Chirang and Giliful, among other places, have received Tika and observed Dasai. The federal capital Katmandu, which had looked a bit restive from Saptami till Naumi due to the exodus of people to their home districts, witnessed a massive surge of people on Vijayadashami Day yesterday as they commuted to their relatives to receive Tika. The festive atmosphere will continue till Saturday this week as people continue to receive Tika and Jamra from their elders. Katmandu witnessed an increase in traffic all day yesterday as those observing the Dasai were reaching their family members and relatives to receive Tika. Movement of people with Tika and Jamra was witnessed in most parts of the Katmandu Valley. However, many were seen waiting for vehicles to reach their destination, while a few others were seen preparing to leave the valley with their entire family. Around 1.3 million people had left the valley with the onset of the Dasai festival. Many of them will start coming back home to Katmandu in the next couple of days. Traffic flow significantly increased in Katmandu yesterday, which had remained relatively quiet in the past few days. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked people in several provinces about the blessings they received from their elders while receiving Tika yesterday. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
हजुरआमाहरुले नराम्रो संगत नगर्नु अब राम्रो पढ्नु
दुर्गा माताको जस्तो शक्ति प्राप्त होस् भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ उहाँहरुले आशीर्वादहरु दिनुभयो
गुरुले अनि बुवा आमाले भनेको चाहिँ मान्नु
लामो आयु होस् भन्ने आशीर्वाद पाइएको हो
धन वृद्धि होस् सुस्वास्थ्यको कामना गर्दै चाहिँ दीर्घायुको कामना गर्नुभयो उहाँहरुले
सुख शान्ति समृद्धिको लागि आशीर्वाद प्राप्त गरेका छौं हाम्रा अग्रजहरुबाट
रोजगारको केही अवसर मिलोस् र अब बिहे गरोस् भन्ने आशीर्वाद मिल्यो
आमा बुवाले भनेको मान्ने ज्ञान आर्जन गर्ने राम्रोसँग ठुलो मान्छे भन्ने
बुवाले भन्नुहुन्थ्यो सधैँभरि अरूलाई दिई खानु
जति ठुलै दुःख बाबुदाका आए पनि अगाडि बढ्ने साथ शक्ति जुटाउनु
उन्नति गरे प्रगति गरे
अनि त्यही आशीर्वाद पाइयो
मनले तोकेको मनले आँटेका आफ्ना चाहिँ नियमित क्रियाकलापहरुमा चाहिँ सफलता होस् कुनै विघ्न बाधा नआओस् भन्ने खालको चाहिँ आशीर्वादहरु हामीले अग्रजहरुबाट पाएका छौं
सधैँ हाँसी खुशी बाँच्नु पर्छ
स्वास्थ्यमा राम्रो हुनु
धेरै पढ्नु ठुलो मान्छे बन्नु असल मान्छे बन्नु
खुशियाली होस् अगाडि दिनमा गएर प्रगति गरोस् सबै जनता मिलेर समाज मिलेर एउटा विकास गरोस्
लामो जीवन जिउनु भन्नुभयो मम्मी बाबा दाजुले दिदीले
Most Nepali nationals received Tika from their elders on the day of Bada Dasai. However, a huge crowd was seen at the Tribhuvan International Airport of those leaving the country, even on such a significant day. Crowd of people leaving the country for foreign employment and education was seen throughout the day at the Tribhuvan International Airport yesterday. While a few had received their Tika at home, some were seen receiving Tika and Jamra at the airport itself. The airport said around 4,000 Nepali nationals had left Nepal from 48 international flights by 2 a.m. earlier today. Manang Air's helicopter captain Prakash Shrestha, who was seriously injured during last Saturday's crash in Solukumu's Lobuche, has breathed his last. Shrestha was undergoing treatment at Mumbai's National Burn Center. However, he succumbed to his injuries. The Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal, CAN, has expressed deepest condolences on the demise of Shrestha. Shrestha was first airlifted to Katmandu-based HAMS Hospital, from where he was referred to Mumbai's National Burn Center. HAMS at the time had said that the injured pilot had suffered 45 to 50% burns in different parts of his body. The chopper, operated by late Shrestha, was carrying food essentials to the upper region of Khumbu Pasang Lamu rural municipality. Meanwhile, the Aviation Authority's CAN has suspended the operator's certificate of Manang Air, which has reported 2 chopper accidents in the past 3 months. Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister Shrestha, who suffered a heart attack while he was on a trip to China, is returning to Nepal today after receiving treatment at a hospital in Beijing. After receiving treatment for 5 days at the Beijing Union Medical College, Deputy Prime Minister Shrestha was discharged 2 days ago. Shrestha, who had reached Beijing to participate in the 3rd Belt and Road Forum for International Cooperation on 16th of October, suffered from the heart attack 2 days later. The Deputy Prime Minister's Secretariat has informed that Shrestha is scheduled to arrive at the Tribhuvan International Airport this morning. Even as the government had introduced the budget on 29th of May earlier this year, ministries have remained lethargic in its implementation so far. Most ministries claim that work procedures to implement various programs which have been included in the budget have not been formed. It is not clear when the 7 billion rupee National Production and Employment Promotion Program and Entrepreneurship Promotion Program will be implemented. Various agricultural programs, including production of traditional crops, technical services at fields, support to production, have not come into implementation yet. Due to work procedures not being formed on many programs announced in the budget, problem has been seen in implementing the budget. Likewise, the program to convert barren land into income-generating land has not been implemented. Programs like restructuring the Prime Minister Employment Program and reinstating youths in the country who have returned from foreign employment have not come into operation either. The programs announced by the government have not been implemented due to the lack of interest by political leaderships and lack of effort by bureaucrats. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. What should be done to ensure the efficiency of the Nagarik app? Your options are A. Increase digital awareness, B. Increase trustworthiness, and C. Integrate app with service delivery. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And it's time now for the international updates. As the humanitarian crisis deepens for millions in Gaza, the Israel Defense Forces said the military will not allow any fuel to enter the enclave because it alleged Hamas needs it for its operational infrastructure. This contradicts earlier comments from the Israel Defense Forces Chief of Staff, who said efforts would be made to provide access to fuel in Gaza, but that the Israel Defense Forces would not allow the fuel to reach Hamas. UN Chief Antonio Guterres says he is deeply concerned about the clear violations of international humanitarian law that is being witnessed in Gaza. Guterres condemned both the use of civilians as human shields and the bombing of southern Gaza after an evacuation order. Israeli diplomats responded angrily after Guterres also suggested the Hamas attack on Israel did not take place in a vacuum. Israel's ambassador to the UN called on Guterres to resign. Similarly, the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees has warned that it would be forced to stop working across the Gaza Strip unless there were urgent fuel deliveries to the war-torn territory. Gaza hospitals also face a possible shutdown by today due to acute fuel shortages. U.S. military advisors are urging Israelis to avoid all-out ground assault in Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu appeared yesterday to tell soldiers a ground offensive was still on track. Israel has vowed to wipe out Hamas, the Islamist group that controls Gaza, in response to its deadly October 7 attacks. More intense bombardments have been reported across Gaza last night and past midnight, resulting in hundreds more deaths and injuries. According to one aid agency, at least 2,000 children have been killed in Gaza over 17 days. At least 5,791 Palestinians have been killed in Israeli attacks on Gaza, while more than 1,400 people were killed in Israel since 7th of October. China has officially sacked its defense minister Li Shangfu 2 months after he disappeared from public life. No explanation has been given for his removal, nor has a replacement been announced for his job. His sacking follows recent axings of several top military officials, including Qin Gang, who was removed as foreign minister in July. Qin and Li were also removed from their positions on the State Council. China's top legislators, the Standing Committee of the National People's Congress, approved the removal of both men. His dismissal leaves China without a defense minister, as it appears to host foreign defense officials in Beijing this week. Reuters reported that he was under investigation for suspected corruption related to equipment procurement and development. He was last seen in public on 29th of August earlier this year at a Beijing Security Forum with African nations. He had only been in the post since March. It's time now for the sports news.
Sports news.
UAE are taking on Hong Kong in the last league match of the ongoing three-nation T20 series. The match today will decide the second finalists to take on Nepal in the final on Friday. The match at Upper Mulpani Ground is slated for a 1 p.m. kickoff. UAE had defeated Hong Kong in their earlier match, the only win they have registered in the tournament so far. Hong Kong need a big win in the match today to qualify for the finals. The final of the tri-series will be played in Tribhuvan University Ground, Kantipur, this Friday. The tournament is being played as a dress rehearsal for the upcoming ICC T20 World Cup qualifiers Asia region to be hosted by Nepal from 30th of October next Monday. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.